Question number 11, the Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr. Speaker, to the Minister for Land Information, does she stand by all her statements regarding Land Information New Zealand and the Overseas Investment Office?
Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Louise Upston.
Yes, especially my statement in the House yesterday that in the 6 months to the 31st of March 2016, 2 to 3% of transfers involved buyers who indicated an overseas tax residency. This is in stark contrast to the report that suggests that 39.4% of land sales in Auckland are due to a particular ethnic group. That data was released by the opposition spokesperson for housing.
Order. We don't need that part to the answer. Supplementary question. Order. Supplementary question, the Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr. Speaker, to the Minister, does she stand by her statement that the OAO's failure to brief ministers on the Gorowski brothers' 2011 pollution case was a, quote, one-off, close quote, and if so, is she aware of any previous issues relating to the Gorowskis?
The Honourable Louise Upston.
Mr. Speaker, as I have reported last week, that is an issue that is now the investigation of an independent QA that the Chief Executive of Land Information has appointed, and I will wait till the outcome of that review.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, the Honourable David.
Mr. Speaker, I think the question was quite specific in asking her whether she stood by her statement that it was a one-off, and in relation to any previous matters.
The difficulty was the member asked not one question but two supplementary questions. Further supplementaries?
Supplementary,
Supplementary
Mr. Speaker.
question, the Honourable David Cunliffe.
Was the Minister advised, and if so, on what date, that the Gorowski brothers were not only held criminally responsible for toxic pollution from their tannery in 2011, but also implicated in a 2007 toxic pollution case at the Aguilera's sugar mill that allegedly caused fatalities?
The Honourable Louise Upston.
Mr. Speaker, the matter that the member raises is an allegation that was and has been made, and the Overseas Investment Office is now investigating that particular allegation. As I've stated in the House before, if there are any breaches of conditions related to an application, there are options that the office can take.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, the Honourable David Cunliffe.
The question asked if she was advised, on what date was she advised? She didn't address that.
No, the question, the member can hope to get the date as well, but to expect the member to actually have known the date, the essence of the question was the Minister advised? Clearly in the answer given, the Minister had been advised. Question's been addressed.
To the Minister, when she signed off on the overseas purchase of Radius Properties Limited last year, did the Overseas Investment Office advise her that the majority investor in Radius had been involved in a 2014 United States regulatory investigation and had been fined and permanently banned from trading in the US as that firm?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Louise Upston.
I don't have the details of that particular application in front of me. I'm happy if the member would like to put that down in writing. I'll provide an answer.
Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary question, Dr. Jan Yang.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker. Question to the Minister for Land Information. What does the 3% figure released by Land Information New Zealand include?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Louise Upston.
The 3% figure related to tax residency includes all property transfers, including those made by individuals, trusts, businesses and companies. In the period of the 1st of January 2016 to the 31st of March 2016, the breakdown of the 3% figure by buyers who provide an overseas tax residency showed that there were 1,158 transfers where at least one of the property buyers provided an overseas tax residency. Mr. Speaker, this equates to 320 transfers from China, 312 from Australia and 99 from the UK.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, the Honourable David Cunliffe.
On what date was the Minister first advised that the Gorowski brothers were involved in an alleged 2007 toxic pollution case related to the Aguilera's sugar mill?
Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Louise Upston.
As I said in my previous answer, that there are allegations that have been made about the applicants involved, and an investigation is currently underway to do with those issues.
Speaker.
Point of order. Which one? Grant. Robertson.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Cunliffe's question was very specific about the date. Even if the minister doesn't know, she has the ability to say that she doesn't know.
Order. It's certainly a very specific question, but can I refer the member to Speaker's ruling 1913 and 4? A very general primary question was asked: does the minister stand by all statements? Subsequently, as we proceed through the supplementaries, they've become more and more specific. The minister is not expected to hold those sort of details, and in fact, to guess the answer, I suggest might get a minister into more trouble than it's worth. The question's been addressed.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, the Honourable... Oh, sorry, Grant.
One day soon, Mr. Speaker.
Well, you live in hope.
I respect the ruling that you've made. The point is that the minister didn't address the question of the date. She could say, I don't know. She could say, I haven't been informed. In one of her earlier supplementaries, she acknowledged that the office was aware of the allegations, therefore she's obviously aware of the allegations. So it is following on from a previous supplementary question. I don't think that it would be unreasonable for the minister to have to give some kind of answer.
I'm in a generous mood on a Thursday. What I'm going to do is allow the question to be asked again, but it will be perfectly acceptable for a minister to say I don't have those details. I invite the member, the Honourable David Cunliffe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister for Land Information. On what date was she first advised of the incidents related to the 2007 Aguilera's sugar mill pollution?
The Honourable Louise
Mr.
Upston.
Speaker, as I said previously, there is an issue, there's two issues actually. The first is a review regarding the applicants of that particular case that you're referring to. The second is that there is an allegation that is being investigated, and actually I don't believe there's any value in commenting further until that investigation is complete.
Order. Order. Supplementary question, Dr. Jan Yang.
What other statements has the minister made?
Mr. Speaker.
Well, that's a very general question. I'll try and control the answer. The Honourable Louise Upson.
Mr. Speaker, I absolutely stand by my statements in the House yesterday that in a country where we have over 200 ethnicities, it is absolutely disgraceful that members opposite single out one ethnicity and blame them wholeheartedly for rising house prices. I am waiting for an apology. Maybe that's what Mr. Little's doing at 3 o'clock.
Supplementary.
Order. 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 Mr. Twyford. Order. Mr. Twyford. I'm on my feet. There was an example yesterday which the member might well recall. Or to suggest he couldn't see me when he's looking at me doesn't wash too well with me. Supplementary question, the Honourable David Cunliffe.
To the Minister for Land Information, does she still have full and complete confidence in the Chief Executive of Land Information New Zealand?
Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Louise Upson.
Absolutely, and I said on the record last week I do have full confidence in the Chief Executive of Land Information New Zealand. There was an issue with one particular application which I understand is a one-off, and a full apology was made by the Chief Executive related to that one matter.
Question